And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me on my latest episode of Transfer Talk and all the daily news of coming out of Liverpool at the minute. Thank you very much. If you haven't seen my fixture video that I just done before, the fixtures have been released, so if you haven't seen the fixtures, pretty sure if you have, but if you haven't, go and check it out. We've got a decent running, as you can tell from the video. So, yeah, Mohamed Salah are we talking about today. Has been the director of Roma has spoken out today, so I'll talk about that. Chelsea are being naughty. They're wanting more money for Dominic Solanke, even though we've already agreed to sign the player himself. It's just Liverpool and Chelsea are going to be having a bit of a tiffy over a transfer fee, as always we like to do. Dortmund, there's been an update on Emre Mor. His agents come out and had a talk to the press about a potential move outwards into Europe. So I'll talk about that. A little bit on Allan Rodriguez, the little young lad. That's in our academy that we're trying to loan out and get a work permit for. That broke yesterday, but even though not many people really might say they might not care, but this lad and Jurgen Klopp really do rate Jurgen. As soon as he come in and he spotted the lad in one of his first training sessions when he comes to the club, Jurgen points him out and he really does like the lad. So I'll talk a bit about that and what's happening at the minute. And then Melissa Eddy has talked a bit about a very good journalist. She's talked about Virgil van Dijk and the process of maybe the move might be still on. So I'll talk about that. And that closed the year. And there's just a little Lazio midfielder Sergej Milinkovic. I'll talk a tiny bit about that. It's not on concrete, but it's a story that's kind of bubbling. But I doubt it'll really bear any fruits. But yeah, right, Roma, their sporting director today, the new Roma sporting director, Manucci, sorry, here we go, can't pronounce it, but he's insisted that his club would not be forced into selling below their valuation for the player, but critically did not rule out Salah making the move to Anfield. So that's the most important one. He's quoted as saying, "For Salah, there's an offer from an English club, but the price will be set by Roma, not the buyers." So, unless the Liverpool directors are going, right, yeah, we'll give you 30 million. We're not giving nothing else. But he's not our player. He's Roma's player. That's why he's quoted there. They're not our players. He's directly. It is us. He's basically confirmed that there is an offer from an English club, and we've been linked with him. So there is an offer put in, and he told the press conference that was at the they've unveiled the new Roma's new manager. So and he goes on to say, as I've said before, Roma is not a supermarket. Roma is a team that will represent Italy in Europe. We come second in Serie A, and our idea is to keep as good as a team as possible. At the time, there's no club that exists does not sell players. Yeah, so he's just saying that there's no clubs really in the world that never sell any players. There is a price that they're saying that they want to sell. So that is very interesting. Directly, the sporting director has come out in brand new today in the press conference and in the press and just said, basically, we know our price, you pay that price, and we sell at that price. So it's plain. It can't be any more plain simple, really, for the Liverpool board, whoever's got the final say. Jurgen wants a player, so whoever is in charge of these transfers, go ahead, get it sorted, go to Roma, get him on a plane, Salah, get him in the training ground, and we're sorted for next season. So it's basically going to be getting announced very, very soon. It's just a matter of time, because if the sporting director is coming out and saying, he hasn't named us, but we've seen no other reports that any other teams are in for Salah at the minute. But yeah, so fingers crossed, that is looking very positive indeed on the Mohamed Salah front. Right, Dominic Solanke, Chelsea have come out today and they are wanting around 8 million in compensation. If you're not aware, Liverpool did originally agree to pay, I think it was around 3 or 4 million, the compensation package. But obviously he had an amazing World Cup for the under-20s and Chelsea have been cheeky and come back and went, right, we want a bit more. So they bumped up the price to about 8 to 10 million that they're wanting. If the deal is not talked about in the This Is Anfield, if the deal's not agreed between Liverpool and Chelsea, it's going to be going to a tribunal like Danny Ings did with Burnley when we signed him from there. So it'll be up to the courts. I don't think that's only if Liverpool and Chelsea can't agree a fee on Dominic. So the most I'll pay for Dominic is 5 million. Yeah, he had a very good championship, but he's only quite young. But I thought this would be sorted. Like, it's only cause based off the back of his, as I mentioned, his performances in the World Cup. So it's a bit cheeky from Chelsea. So watch that space. So that is coming in. This Is Anfield. Yeah, they're initially wanting 8 to 10 million for the, as I talked about in This Is Anfield. Quality site, if you haven't checked it out, I'll leave it in the link below with the story. Liverpool eventually, it's talking about when we paid the initial 6.5 for Danny Ings, which with add-ons went up to 8.3. So it's identical to that situation that we stand at the minute with Dominic Solanke, exactly like Ings. So that'll go to a tribunal by the sounds of it, because I doubt Liverpool were initially agreeing for 3 to 5 million, but Chelsea have bumped it up to 8 to 10. So that's a bit cheeky from them. But yeah, and Mor, Emre Mor from the Dortmund winger. If you haven't seen my video, I've done a video a couple of days ago about talking about him, with the possibility of Dortmund releasing the Egyptian winger out on loan. And his agent has come out this morning, either late last night or this morning. Borussia Dortmund have given Emre Mor permission to hold talks with other clubs in the summer, according to his agent, Muzi Ozarkhan. Dortmund are reportedly open to the idea of Mor leaving on loan to gain more playing time. Here's a quote from his agent. "We've been permitted to hold talks with other clubs regarding a move. There will be a meeting over this future where we will go over what will happen next." So it's just talking about the latest developments come as good news, as for us, really, that we've been apparently looking into. Obviously, Jurgen and his connections with the majority of the Dortmund's backroom and the setup at Dortmund. So he could maybe have a couple of words with. He's a quality player. If you haven't checked him out, defo. He's as I mentioned, he's the Turkish Messi. So he looks like a class player. So yeah, that's what he's just quoted as saying. Because obviously his agent has come out and he's quoted. So yeah, at the minute, Dortmund, they've just got a new manager. He took over from, I don't know the manager's name, but he took over from Thomas Tuchel. So that remains to be seen. And yeah, so that's really good that his agent come out. So hopefully, maybe if we get a possibility of getting Emre Mor on loan, that'd be cracking news for us, because he's a class player. Allan, if you didn't see it yesterday, I was meant to be reporting on it. Allan Rodriguez Souza, what a player! If you haven't seen this lad play, he's only 20. He's a Brazilian centre mid. He plays like deep line midfielder. He loves to spray the ball around. He made 16 appearances in all competitions last season for Hertha Berlin. It's a thing, because he hasn't got a proper work permit to play in England. He's having to be getting loaned out a couple of seasons. Signed Allan for about 500,000 back in 2015. Back in 2015, we signed him. That was a bargain anyway. And then we loaned him out to a Finnish club, Jalakalakhostum. Oh, sorry, completely. But yeah, we loaned him out back in 2015. And then in 2016 to 17, we've loaned him out to Hertha Berlin. And for the Brazilian under-20s as well, in an international stage, he's played 6 games, scored in 1. So we haven't checked this lad out. Check him out. I really hope he does get a work permit. It just talks about maybe in the Liverpool Echo here. I'll leave the story below. They're looking to try and get him back out to Hertha Berlin, but Hertha Berlin have come back and said they might not actually take him back on loan. So that'd be really disappointing if we can't manage to secure a loan back out. Because I think Liverpool they want him really to get a work permit as soon as possible. because, as I mentioned, Klopp and the team, his backroom staff, as soon as he turned up, Klopp, he noticed Allan on the not Joe Allan, the Brazilian Allan, and he played with the first team for a bit, and he was very impressed. So watch that space. Hopefully that gets sorted. And if you haven't seen him play, type in when he plays for Hertha Berlin. He's a little class Brazilian, like most of them are. Yeah, so Melissa Reddy, she's from goal.com, a fantastic journalist. Oops, need to switch off my phone. Bloody hell, throw that away. So yeah, she just talks about the way in which the situation swings and changes so often. Something in the same day, and that is never a guarantee. Liverpool pursuit is publicly off, but the player can still push for the move if it remains his desire. There's so many variables here. Southampton don't want to sell. The other clubs like City and Chelsea being in for him, that amount could change Saints' stance. But ultimately, it could come down to what Virgil wants and how he goes about it. Yeah, so that was Melissa just talking about it then. So I think, as we mentioned, it's Virgil needs to really just push. He's going to be the main driving force. Even though Liverpool publicly come out and said that we're not interested, there is still a chance, because I doubt Jurgen would allow whoever's mucked up the transfer anyway and leaked it to the press. He's not going to just drop it. Not going to drop his, because it is very evident that Virgil was our number one priority. Sorting our centre-back position out was our priority this season. Yet as left-back, striker, and a couple of more wingers as well. But Jurgen identified Virgil as his key player, and I highly doubt, and majority of us, we're not going to expect Klopp to sit there and be like, no. Even though we've released a statement, until I actually see him maybe play for another team, or he signs a new contract, even though he's got a big contract at the minute, or something publicly comes out, I think Liverpool just had to apologise because we got the transfer ban on the I think it was got a transfer ban on signing under 18s or under 20 year olds in the academy. Maybe we sign them for the first team, they go straight into the first team if they're good enough, but we've got a ban, so we've really been naughty in that respect. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it does. This story does hopefully resolve and it doesn't carry on. But watch this space. And just the last one, Liverpool have lodged a 20.7 million bid for Lazio midfielder Sergej Milinkovic-Savic as Jurgen Klopp looks to bolster his midfield options. Reports in Italy claim the Reds are in the market to add strength and depth to their squad as they prepare for return in the Champions League. Milovic has emerged as a target according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The Serbian midfielder enjoyed a fine season for the Serie A side, scoring 7 goals and providing 7 assists in 39 appearances. To be honest, I haven't seen much of this lad, and I haven't seen much reports about it, but this is getting reported in the Italian press, so we'll find out. It's probably just another club, Lazio, throwing names and Liverpool into the hat of potential, just to bunk up the price of any potential suitors for their players. That's what you'll probably see most about this summer. Like, will be players that we're not actually in for, but our name or a big name. They like to throw big teams names into the hat just to bump up the prices. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully the Salah deal gets sorted and done. That is looking like it'll be done any day, really. The transfer window is nearly open soon. Not that long. I think it was another 2 weeks. Yeah, another 2 weeks. 1st of July it opens. But yeah, yet again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the likes. And whatever you're doing in the world, as always, have an amazing day. And you'll never walk alone. If you haven't subscribed, come on, join us all. So comment in the comment section below who do you want us to sign. And I've got so many videos coming out. It will blow off. It'll go off the hinges. But yeah, thank you everyone. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Ta-ra.